This is the Week 1 recap and Week 2 pickups for Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy Football Time on all social media platforms. Alright, Week 1 under our belts. Let's focus on the negative to start the week. Quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes actually did not have a great week. Everyone has Patrick Mahomes is really high, but he was projected at 22 and only got 15. Dak Prescott projected at 19 and got 12. Jared Goff got 12. Actually, all these quarterbacks got 12 or less. I think the worst one that we can look at here is Bryce Young, who only got 9. Woof. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra St. Brown only got 2. Drake London 2, Olave 2, Metcalf 4. All these had high projections and very low deliveries. Running backs, none really. They were all pretty on par. There were some that didn't perform where they should have been, but if they missed it by a point or two, that's not bad. So all the top running backs that you probably played probably did okay. There's some that really blew up, so let's talk about those next. Quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, he came in strong this week. He threw for 289 and 4 touchdowns. Josh Allen did Josh Allen things, getting 33 points from 232 thrown, 2 on the ground, 2 in the air, 39 on the ground, 2 on the ground. Jayden Daniels in his first game, 184 in the air, no touchdowns, 88 on the ground with 2 touchdowns. Anthony Richardson's back, 28 points, 212, 2 and 1, and also 56 on the ground with 1 rushing touchdown. Derek Carr, 24 points on a projected 14, 200 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns with 13 rushing. Receivers, out of nowhere, Jayden Reed. Now, we might not get that kind of performance going forward, but we will see what happens. He had some speed. Cooper Kupp, well, Puka went down. He was already on track for a big day. Allen Lazard is back. Will he stay? We'll talk about that next. Tyreek Hill. I mean, look, how does Tyreek Hill overperform? Well, he was projected for 16 and got 22 with 7 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Jameson Williams going 22 points on an 8 projection with 5 catches for 121 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans projected for 11, getting 20, getting 61 yards, 5 catches, and 2 TDs. A.J. Brown. As you can see, we have a lot of receivers here. Going 20 points on 14 forecasted for 5 catches, 119 and a touchdown. Alec Pierce out of nowhere, getting 20 fantasy points, with 3 catches, a $125 and a touchdown. Xavier Worthy from Thursday, we all been talking about him. Stefon Diggs also going almost 20 points with 6 catches, 33 yards, and 2 scores. Chris Godwin for Tampa Bay, 8 catches, 83 yards, and a touchdown. And Rashid Shaheen, ladies and gentlemen, 3 catches, 73 yards, and a score. Running backs, Saquon Barkley. We all remember Friday night. You know, Saquon brought it with 32 fantasy points, 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, with 2 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown. Joe Mixon, 25 points earned, with 159 on the ground and a score, and 3 catches for 19 yards. And if you watch Monday Night Football, goodness, Jordan Mason coming in for Christian McCaffrey, doing McCaffrey-like things, 147 yards and a score. J.K. Dobbins back from Baltimore, 4 points projected off 21 earned, getting 135 yards in the ground and a score. Rhamondre Stevenson looking like 2022. 20 points, 120 yards and a score. Tony Pollard in Denver, 17 points, 82 yards and a score with 3 catches for 12. And lastly, Brian Robinson from Washington, going 16 points on an 8 projection with 40 yards in the ground and a score and 3 catches for 49 yards. So that's a lot of overperformance this week, which is great. So, big question. What is real? Who do you pick up? So, of the quarterbacks, I think we can take a look at Jayden Daniels and Derek Carr, that group. They're largely unowned for a lot of leagues. They have, now, Derek Carr did go against Carolina, okay, given that, but Derek also has some good weapons and can put them up as well. Jayden Daniels might be figuring things out, but we saw what he could do with his legs. So I think those are both good speculation pickups as well, if you need to replace Jordan Love or if you're wanting to get a backup. Let's just fill this out here. Okay. Jayden Reed, Lazard, Jameson Williams, Alec Pierce, Rashid Shaheen are all worth picking up because they have the target volume as well as the production. And when these receivers get hot, it's kind of hard not to go back to them. The gambles I put on there for Tyler Johnson, Brandon Cooks, and Ladd McConkey, they had good production. They scored double-digit fantasy points, but that doesn't always indicate a strong future. But certainly it doesn't harm them. The running backs, let's fill this out. Okay, so we have the big list on there, and I put them on there. Some leagues might have them 90% owned. If you are one of the leagues that does not have ownership in these guys, you certainly want to take a good look at them. You must have a really small league if they are available. But in most leagues, these are players to pick up safely, knowing that they will be able to at least get a score almost on any week with some good yardage and possibly some good catches. Alexander Madison did a great job even with Zamir White. And Jamal Williams also did a great job behind Alvin Kamara. Probably more in the blowout because it was a blowout, but still was able to put some points up. And you never know with people's with running backs and their health, it could be a good handcuff pickup. And we'll just touch on the tight ends. Isaiah Likely, largely low ownership there. I still think Mark Andrews is going to have his days for sure, but when he has 9 targets for over 100 yards or 9 catches for over 100 yards, that's hard to ignore. So certainly you can pick him up, and even if he doesn't play that same next week, you know that he has that potential. And then Foster Moreau, I think he had a pretty good day, and Derek Carr threw to 2 different tight ends in the red zone. So if Derek Carr is looking for tight ends in that red zone, this could be something that could turn into something. But it's just one game. Maybe it'll be a pattern. We'll find out. Thanks for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to week 2. God bless.